watching Next Level Board Games, and today we're going to unbox Alynthia, a game for 1 to 5 players and published by Exploding Games. So let's see what's inside. I'm excited because this game says that it is fast-paced, like cooperative play, or you can also do competitive play, but the fast-paced co-op sounds really fun. So let's see what's inside. Alright, so rule book, you can see this is a pretty large, like, box top, right? But it's a little bit narrow. So rules book is like the full size of the box. So we'll see, it does say 30 minutes per player, so hopefully not super long time to learn. So like our setup and like player order things, different phases. Okay, so if you look at this page over here, it's got a really big picture like every other page. So it's not going to be near as long as it seems because there's a lot of like artwork. That's really cool. And then pictures, big pictures explaining stuff. So yeah, cool. Not super duper hard. Oh, an appendix. Oh, and then a bunch of information about the game on the back. I love when they use the backspace for this. Okay, I'm gonna leave this here. All right, so some different cardboard pieces. I don't know what all these are. Let's see. Okay, so there's some Dragon Nest tokens, some research ability tokens, renown tokens. There's a whole bunch of tokens, and there's going to be a bunch of these that are very similar because there's like 7 of these. So similar. These are a little bit different, and some of these are going to be different, but similar type stuff. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, you're seeing like different colors now for research tiles and stuff. 5. So there's 5 sets of those. A whole bunch of stuff, and then here's the last 2 of those Dragon's Nest tokens, so cool for tracking. And then like a shield here, and then some other different things that are probably like for each player. I think these right here are for each player. So there's those, like some sort of tracker. And these are tunnel entrances and escapes. That's cool. So if you look at them, it's like kind of like a hidden tunnel, and then here's like escape or tunnel. So there's that. And then we have some player boards. Let's see here. So these are our player boards. Let's see. These are 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, okay. So you can kind of see the colors in the back here, although these 2 are similar. But these ones, you can really tell the difference. And then on the front side, whoops. On the front side, you can see, let me straighten them out. Let's put it this way. You can sort of see your faction ID. Like, so there's different little sort of like markers for like who you are, which player you're playing as. And then I don't know if the boards are different. I feel like the boards look the same, but probably we're going to be able to do some modifications with these little tiles here because they look like they fit there. So different things like that. We'll be able to probably upgrade our abilities, right? So there's those. Those are the player boards. So the backs are different, and then just mainly the color down here in the color background. And then here are some research tracks? Here are the research tracks, which I feel like would be the same. Oh no, these are also, they also have the same symbols. So you can see the same symbols as were on the other board. So maybe each player has their own research track. Okay. And then again, color coded and on the side as well. So I'm not exactly sure how these work, but I'm going to guess some of these pieces go on here and will make differences over time. So there's those. And then we have the main tiles that make up the actual game board. So these, they're not hexes, but they're much bigger, but interesting. So I think these are the Dragon's Nests. That's what they're supposed to be. These are what these look like. I noticed I'm recognizing already some of these match our characters. So like, for instance, our player boards. The symbols here, you can see matching here. It's like there's this one, and that one matches that one. Different things like that. So that's kind of neat. And then there's another hammer. I'm not sure what the big hammer means, but it looks like a big fight. I don't know. So there's all those. And then this is a round marker. And I think we use this to track where we're at. So like, this is basically the same symbols, right? And so then you just sort of like slide this along as you go. So that's pretty cool. There's those. And then what I didn't notice until just now was like how well designed the insert is. And I'll have to figure out, oh, I know what goes there. Like all the different little pieces that go in each place, right? And one more. Ta-da! So that fits perfect. So there you go. All right, let's look at these dice. These look really cool. So here's some battle dice. A whole bunch of dice. They're all really different. So actually these dice are very different. So these are our regular battle die, and they have pretty colors, but they're basically just D6. And there's 5 of those. And then there's several other die, and they have to do with dragon spawning and dragons and labor and all kinds of stuff. But you can see they have all kinds of neat little images on them and stand for different things. This one got like a crown on it and a lightning bolt. Anyway, these have all different, this one's got a book. Some of the different things that are possible on the dice. So these are really unique. So there's those. There's 4 of those, so a total of 9. And then we have some really cool dragons. There's actually, wow, 35 dragon meeples. Holy cow. Okay. This just sounds like a lot of fighting. I think co-op's going to be our way to go. So here's the dragons. They're like a dark purple. It's pretty dark, but it's like a dark purple. So there's those. And again, 35, so there's a whole big bag of those. And then we have player meeples as well, a bunch of bags. These look like supplies. And let's see here. So we've got our characters in here, along with some other supplies. What do we have in here? We've got attack and defense strength markers, and all kinds of stuff. I don't know what these little things are. The swords are so narrow, it's hard to get them to stand up on my hand. But hopefully you'll get the idea. So there's some of the different pieces. So 2 meeples and a couple of swords and a shield and some other markers, focus markers and stuff. So all those are in here, and there's some for every character. I saw gray and brown and green, yellow, and probably red. Yep, and red. So it looks like the different player colors are like this. So there's those. And then also some outposts. So different colored outposts. I'm going to guess maybe that each player's is a little bit different. So we've got gray, we've got this brownish color, we've got green. Green looks like a silly hairdo. We've got yellow and red. Yeah. So there's the different outposts for probably each player. They seem that way. And there's several of those for each player. So there's all those. I've got more stuff I can see. It's gonna take too much time, but okay. And there's more stuff. And then these are outpost upgrades. So these are like much bigger. I'll show you what these look like. These ones are way cool. So again, in our player colors, except for not green. How odd. Huh. Oh, and there's also a player bag in each player's color. How cool is that? Okay, so we've got the gold, the red, the green, the brown, and the silver. And the silver's probably the color I wasn't sure of in the player boards. So if I can show you the different colors. There's all the different colors. So nice and vibrant and bright. I like that. Okay, so there's those to match. And then also the outpost, but for some reason there aren't green outpost upgrades. I wonder why. That's so interesting. Okay, well let me show you these. These are very cool looking. I really like this bright yellow. It's like, it looks like a flame or something. So it's very unique. Okay, so here's the different color outpost upgrades. Maybe these aren't related to your player, but it seems like they would be. But there's no green. So I don't know why. But have to find out. I have to read and find out. All right. Then we've got 2 sets of cards. Let's make sure there's nothing underneath. No, not yet. It's gonna happen. Keep hoping. I have a friend who's like, just keep hoping, keep hoping. Every day is a new day. Okay. So now we have a bunch of cards. So there's 52 action cards, so like a full deck's worth, with the lightning bolt, or electricical, as we call them. And so there's all kinds of stuff in here, different cards. Probably different things you're trying to meet, or things that you can earn. Maybe use ranged attack. Okay. All right. Dragon Trailer Research, Second Chance. Okay, so these are going to be things that are going to help us as we're trying to fight the dragons, I'm guessing. Stroke of Luck. We like that. Whole bunch of those. Trade Route. Oh, plane. Fight with benefits. That's hilarious. Okay, fight with benefits. That's funny. All right, so there's those. And then, let's see. We also had these, like, scales ones. Market cards. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm not sure how these work, but there's like a, spend a certain amount and get. Okay, so the cost is at the top, and then what you get is underneath. So I think the books are like research, and I'm not sure what the crowns are, but. So spend different things and get different things, and you'll see some of these symbols match what was on our player boards. Not exactly sure what they are, but they'll make more sense once we read the directions. Okay, so there's those. And then last but not least are our resource cards. I don't know. Let's see. Do they all? Okay, I'm guessing they all have the A for the name of the game, Alynthia. Or maybe they just get shuffled up and you get certain resources this way. I'm not sure. But this is that big hammer. And these are all the same. And then on the back it's just an A. So these are sort of like, these match our player colors, our player boards. Here's green. It's like sort of like trees. They're all the same, but that's what they look like. And again, same A in the back. And then now we've got the rocks. This is like the silver/black character. And it sort of just looks like, you know, rough terrain. So there's that. But again, these symbols match the symbols of the market, right? Spend some of those things where it was showing those symbols, right? The trees, the hammer, the rocks, etc. And then last but not least, this one. Oh, it's like a turkey on there. Interesting. Okay. So there's that. So there's those cards. So these are all of our resource cards. So that's a really big stack of resource cards. It's like 85 resources. So that's everything that's in Alynthia. There are 7 of these board tiles that make the actual, like basically the board for the players. We have player boards as well, player trackers, and research tracks for each player that match. I just happened to actually grab the same 2. You can see here. So we got like player symbols down here that match. There's a whole bunch of cards that match that as well. You also have, since I'll stick with that character, player bags that match, and a whole bunch of meeples. There's also really cool custom dice. I didn't even really get to the meeples. These are the meeples. But there's a bag full of outposts. Whoops, and they're open. An upgraded outpost. And then a whole bunch of dragons, like 35 purple dragons. They're really cool, and they're custom, you know, really custom cut, really unique. There's also a whole bunch of little like tokens and tiles and other things going on, but I don't think it's going to be like super overwhelming to learn. Anyway, I'm excited to learn how to play this game, especially because it's co-op or competitive. Thanks for watching Next Level Board Games.